Hello and welcome everyone to our YouTube channel Philosophy Simplified. So today we are going to discuss the very fundamental question, what is philosophy? So moment we hear the word philosophy or philosophers, what comes in our mind? Like someone who is their own world, who talks or speaks in such a manner that is not for an ordinary person to understand. Their thinking seems superficial and ordinary persons is not able to figure out what he's talking about. Most of the times people dub them as a mad idiot or a stupid person. This is actually not the case. Philosophy is the only subject which is grounded in rationality. Philosophy is basically an activity that involves deeper thinking, which goes beyond the sensory experience, goes beyond the phenomena. So let's try to answer this simple question, what is philosophy? So it is considered that philosophy always begins in wonder. Famous quote of Plato where he said that the feeling of wonder is the mark of the philosopher. For all philosophy had its origin in wonder. One can be considered as a philosophers who wonder about many things, the wonder about the phenomena that happening around us. Philosophy had its origin in this feeling of wonder. We wonder about why we are here in this world, in this universe, about who we really are, about whether God exists or what she or he is like, whether there is a life after death, what true love and friendship are, whether moral rights and wrongs are based merely on personal opinions, of mind, of God, what is the nature of soul, nature of time, space, real, knowledge possible, and such other questions that puzzle the man from centuries. And philosophy is considered as the only discipline which deals with such questions and tries to provide the answer to such questions. At all these philosophical questions, what we find that all these problems are abstract, concrete existence. They are something which is beyond phenomena. Basically, philosophy deals with a kind of world which exists beyond the sensory experience. Look at the etymological meaning of the term philosophy. So the term philosophy was coined by pre-Socratic philosopher Pythagoras, the famous mathematician. And term philosophy is derived from two Greek words, philo and sophia. Philo stands for love and a sophia stands for wisdom. So the combined word philosophy literally means lover of wisdom or love for wisdom. The point that I like to discuss here is what is wisdom and how it is different from knowledge. Basically, knowledge is gained through experiencing the things. Told me that 2 plus 2 is 4. That is knowledge. I do not reflect on that idea that how 2 plus 2 is considered as 4. Understanding the logic and science behind this particular fact that leads to wisdom. So wisdom means self-verified knowledge, belongs to the others, but when it comes to wisdoms, it is us, it is ours, it is your. Really, philosophy help us to figure out wisdom, not knowledge. There are a number of philosophies in world. Chinese philosophy, American philosophy, Greek philosophy, Islamic philosophy, Indian philosophy. Indian philosophy is quite popular. Indian context, we use the word darshana for philosophy. Darshana Shastra, that is a Sanskrit word which means vision of reality, means to see the things as they are, not as they appear. Basically, there is a difference between Indian and Western philosophy. Indian philosophy is very spiritualistic in nature, and if you look at Western philosophy, it is very materialistic one. Here does not mean that they are running behind material things or material world. Materialistic means their very purpose of doing philosophy have any spiritual goals. All they want to do have strong arguments, strong philosophy that is not refutable by anyone else. At Indian perspectives, the primary goal of all philosophers, all Indian philosophers, is to get moksha, mukti, liberation, nirvana, freedom from the cycle of birth and death, freedom from samsara. It is called as spiritualistic in nature. That remain common in all philosophies that it is analytical and investigative in nature. All philosophies are critical in nature. Few definitions that help us to really understand what philosophy is. Like Professor Patrick said, that philosophy is a broad-based study of reality. Broad-based study of reality. So basically, philosophy is a multi-dimensional study. The definition is given by Plato, where he said that philosophy aims at the knowledge of the eternal, of the essential nature of things. So according to Plato, philosophy helps us to explore the eternal, the real, the being, which is the essential nature of things. So basically, Plato said that philosophy helps us to understand the reality. At the least, Professor Radhakrishnan said that philosophy is a search after knowledge. What he said, that philosophy is a search after knowledge. Everyone have a little bit of knowledge, if not more. All those who have knowledge, few choose to reflect on that knowledge. That leads us to the wisdom. That is why he said that philosophy is a search after knowledge. Conclude this lecture here. In further lectures, we will discuss and explore philosophy in details. So to conclude in nutshell, it can be said that philosophy is a very broad subject that covers all the aspects of life and the cosmos.